2 on the afternoon news. I'm Patty Handysides. It was an enlightening discussion of education. MPP Lisa Gretzky hosted a virtual town hall on public education. She included her party's education critic, as well as the presidents of 2 local teachers' unions, a parent council chair, and a high school student, Maya Mikhael, to talk about education during the pandemic. Here's what Maya had to say.
Thank you for having me. So hi, I'm Maya Mikhael. I'm a grade 10 student at Assumption College Catholic High School. I'm in the IB program and I'm on student council, so that has really given me the opportunity to discuss how most students are feeling about the pandemic. So I have a couple points and I have a couple suggestions that people have told me about. So when asked how students have been the most affected by the pandemic, everyone has been saying their mental health. I felt it, my friends have felt it, and I genuinely believe that teenagers across the province are mentally exhausted and tired of the current situation that we are in, and the government is not helping it. It's almost as if our thoughts and our quiet screams for help are being neglected and not heard of, and that's why I'm urging the government to start a province-wide council filled with students where they can collect our thoughts and opinions on what they're doing. I don't find it reasonable for a government to make choices for us when they don't really know what we're going through. And we have witnessed a mass increase of anxiety, depression, and suicide over the last year. And unfortunately, most of that comes from teenagers my age. And I think we as a community as a community of teenagers, do not feel supported enough. I think we need more mental health resources, more counselors, and more reassurance that the government has our backs. And we haven't gotten that yet. I've spoken to multiple guidance counselors, multiple school therapists, and they've all said that they've been overflowed with work due to the mental health of students, especially since divorce rates are going up. More students need that support. School is very stressful. There's a lot, and I believe that we need to implement more programs that are mandatory at every school and hire more people for certain cases because it's honestly terrible. The programs should obviously be accessible and acknowledgeable in every class, so students know that we're not alone, because that's really what it feels like. It feels like we're alone. It feels like we're trapped, and it's terrible. And over the past years, we've been through a lot of changes. We've bounced back from hybrid system to fully online, then back to hybrid, then fully online, and back and forth. And it really just makes us feel uncomfortable. It makes us feel insecure. It makes us feel unstable. So I asked the government to pick a side. Take your pick. And if you decide to go back to school, I would ask to consider restarting full days at school and mixing the cohorts for next year. But one thing that definitely needs to come back is the semester system, because quadmesters are very short and they don't offer enough learning time. People might think 2 classes is easy, but it's honestly not. And teachers are forced to cram 2 to 3 lessons in a day, so we're able to cover everything, but it takes time to process. It's hard, it's a lot of stress, and the students don't like them. The teachers say that they hate the quadmester system too, so why are they still there, right? And teachers are trying their very best to support us, which is amazing. My teachers are absolutely amazing. They've been great. But enough is enough from the government. We're not robots. We need that support. We need to feel secure. We need to feel stable. And right now we aren't. And another problem is also the Wi-Fi services. Our Wi-Fi cuts off during class. Our classes freeze up. They stop working, especially if it's during a test. It's really stressful because the teacher starts thinking you're cheating and everything. It's really stressful. So I think that the government needs to give more money to the school boards so they can provide us with good Wi-Fi, good electronics, and all of that. And overall, I think that school is one of the safest places to be right now. If they put in better ventilation systems and offer rapid testing to students, I think we'd be set. And we know that the government has the money to do so, but they just choose not to put it towards us. And province-wise, education should be a priority, and right now it obviously isn't. And another thing that I wanted to mention really quickly is the poor elementary kids. It's terrible. I don't understand how you can put a 5-year-old in front of a computer screen for 5 hours of learning and expect them to stay or listen. That's just not how it works. And we must keep in mind that those are future high school students. So how will they learn to properly obey classroom rules and get used to a classroom setting if it's not offered to them at an early age, right? So I think we can do better, and I think we should do better because, again, at the end of the day, like, that's our future. And your job as adults and as the government is to support us because you want the future of Ontario to be bright, and obviously I don't think that that's happening right now. But I wanted to thank Lisa and the rest of the NDP because you guys are amazing and you guys are really supporting us, and it means the world to us. It really does. And to parents, thank you so much for dealing with us. I know it's hard, but thank you. And for all the viewers, thank you for listening and caring. And obviously for the education workers, you're amazing, and thank you for all the support. So yeah, that's for me.
That's Mikhael, a grade 10 student at Assumption and a member of the student council at that Catholic high school. Coming up in the next half hour, Prime Minister Trudeau pledges Canada